So high availability, we're going to be talking about these topics: failover clustering improvements in 2012, failover clustering in R2, failover cluster components. Let's go get down to what is it and why is it a big deal. And every interview, if you say you're a Windows expert, they would expect you to know about failover clustering. About failover clustering, so overview of failover clustering. Availability is a level of service expressed as a percentage of time. Wow, what a way to explain that. So availability is a level of service expressed as a percentage of time. Let's not think more about that. So highly available services or systems are available more than 99% of the time. So it's all about not giving, you as a technical experts, you as system administrators are keeping a service 24/7 forever. Yeah, like not forever, okay. So it's like it's highly available. As soon as there's a disconnection by the client, or as soon as there's a downtime that the client is experiencing, it's going negative against you. So this means your expertise are at question. Are you able to offer a very critical any service that you're making highly available 99% or 99.99999% available or not? So the companies charge the consulting companies charge their clients like banks, insurance companies, hospitals. They charge them according to the number of 0.9s. So the table here is, so I'll get to that slide. High availability requirements differ based on how availability is measured. Planned outages typically are not included when calculating availability. So how much time is your service going to be available, and how much less time you're going to spend to get it back in case it is not available. So it depends on your expertise. Before going to that percentage, there are some terminologies here. We're going to talk about node, clustered servers or hosts that are members of a failover cluster. So we're going to be creating a failover cluster today, and the servers that are taking part in the clustering will be called nodes. There are total 4 machines. One is domain controller, one is the SAN machine, SAN, SAN, storage area network machine. It's providing the hard disks, logical unit numbers or LUNs. It's providing those. But there will be 2 machines, server 2 and server 3, that will take part in the actual clustering. And those machines which are actually taking part in the clustering are called nodes. Yeah. So we will have 2 nodes today, right? Failover, when the active node fails and another node takes over the workload. Okay. So there are 2 machines that are taking part. The application, suppose it's a banking application, and the 2 nodes which are offering high availability, that means that application is available on any one node, but that active node fails physically, shuts down, power off, something physical happens and the system is not available anymore. So that application will at once be shifted to the other node, remaining node, right? So that is called failover. The application and the connections to the applications are shifted to the other node which is available because the first node crashed. So that's called failover, or the application connections shifting to that node. Failback, when the failed node becomes active again, okay, it was crashed but you fixed it and it's back, then you can just put that application connections back to the first node or the active node. Cluster roles, the software that makes failover clustering work. We're going to be installing some cluster roles. Cluster role just means the banking application I'm talking about. That you create a cluster of 2 nodes. Okay, they are both available for any one application that will be put on top of those 2 nodes. So that application is called cluster roles and cluster shared volume. So we're going to be still talking about it again. Before that, let me just sign out from my or quit Skype. Clustered shared volume. So I'm just going to be drawing those as well. Provide a consistent distributed namespace that clustered roles can use to access shared storage. See, so easy. No, so I'm just going to be drawing for cluster shared volumes, but the easier ones were these. This I need to explain, so I'm going to be coming back to that. So I'll just go ahead with the slide. What is high availability? Availability is a level of service. We just talked about that. This is the table that companies can say, hey, we are offering 3 nines, 4 nines, 5 nines, 6 nines, 7 nines. The 7 nines, the 7 niners, the company that is offering that is charging the most from the client. But what do we mean by 7 nines? So downtime per year will be 3.15 seconds. Downtime per month will be 0.259 seconds, and downtime per week would be 0.0605 seconds. So excuse me, what do you mean by that? Downtime per second per year, that many seconds. That exactly means what? Anyone? The company is saying to the client that, yeah, so you will, okay, this is what you said. Anyone else? The highest availability, but exactly the company says in 1 year we will the rest you will fill 3.15 seconds. So we will 3.15 seconds. What are they offering now?
Yeah, that method will back down more than 3.5.
Bingo. They are guaranteeing that it will be not more than 3.15 second of downtime. And more samosas. Oh, okay. So okay.
For Windows class,
Yeah, everyone has to bring for Windows class as well. So whoever's bringing, their future is Windows, and that future will bring them a lot of money and everything. So, or more so this company with 3 nines, 99.9 is actually saying that per year your downtime will be not more than 8 hours. So the client, if it's a bank or insurance company, they will say, hey, hit the road. I'm not taking your services. Like you're saying, we will have to take care of 8 hours of downtime per year, while the other company with a couple of more $1 million per year is offering 3.15 seconds, not more than that. This means their consultants are experts, and their design of the applications which they will be referring, the bank will be of course investing on that design, and the bank who's giving the contract to the 7-9 company must itself be a rich client, must have a lot of money to put that, and must be earning a lot already, so they cannot afford to have a downtime at all, right? So they will hire the best consultants who will offer them 7 nines. That this means that there will be 2 of everything or 4s of everything. Maybe an application is having 4 servers. There's 1 active copy and 3 passive copies. So active copy has to fail over to any of the best copies. So if the first machine goes down, any of the 3 machines can come up and offer that service. While the first machine is down, maybe second machine also goes down, you still have 2 more machines to fail over to. So this means that company, the experts, they're offering their expertise as well as the design. That if you put this design, we are offering you 3.15 seconds. And if you don't follow our design strategy, then we have a problem here, sorry. So the banks will say, yes, this company has good reputation, and the other clients are also banks and big insurance companies and even government. So yes, we'll follow their design, their suggested design, and we're going to invest on that design. We're going to give them millions also. But if they go ahead more than 3.15 seconds, then they are in trouble. So that's high availability table. And those companies which are saying 90% we're gonna offer you, that's downtime per year, 36 days. So yes, not more than 36 days that your system will be down. Or so that's like, whoa. So it's like just not more than 1 month. After, before that, on the last day, 35th day, we will get your machines up and running, and you will lose all your customers on the first day, actually, on the first few hours, actually. No, that's just it could be divided, as well. That per year maybe. So there are other companies which cannot invest huge amounts. So 36 days could be like maybe for certain types of applications they would say okay. Failover clustering improvements in Windows 2012 and then in R2. There are increased scalability. You can have more hosts available. So where's my very sophisticated drawing tool, MS Paint, and so if we have this machine and these two machines will be taking part in the clustering now, and so these are the 4 machines. We already know that this one is the DC DNS. This one will be our machine number 4, will be server 04, will act as the SAN machine, which will be offering disks, offering, I can say, storage or LUNs, logical unit numbers, which are just the drives it offers to other machines. And this will be, of course, the server 02, and server 02 will be the node number 1, and this is server 03 being node 2. The cluster will be created on these 2 nodes, and the cluster will do its self-testing. You need to pass that test. There will be a test. So when you install the software, when you have configured everything here, there will be a verification test by the clustering service, and it will test the network, it will test the hard drives that we have borrowed. These 2 machines have borrowed the hard drives from here, and then the test has to be everything green. It must not, any one thing must not be even yellow as a warning, or red, definitely not, otherwise cluster will not work. So overall we have 4 machines here, and we will be putting here shared folder. We're gonna be putting here a shared folder on these nodes. We're gonna make one node will automatically be active, the second node will be automatically passive. Active is of course active, and second passive is of course passive. No, it's a standby. So it's a standby, passive or standby node. So this means what? We're gonna then crash the active node, and we're gonna test. So this shared folder will have Notepad open on that, and we're gonna be working or typing something there. And this Notepad is inside the shared folder. Shared folder is working on this active server, and the active server, we're gonna crash that, and then we're gonna, once it is crashing, we're gonna quickly go to the Notepad, and we're gonna keep on typing something, and the Notepad should go away at once, or shut down, or stop working, or freeze if it was not going to fail over to the second node. But we're gonna keep on working if our clustering is perfect, and the second node there will be a little freezing, but the second node will become active automatically. It's supposed to become active automatically, and then we're gonna go and check back the cluster, and the first node should be crashed, and the second node should be working fine, taking over, and we'll keep on typing something, and it's gonna be perfect. If the notepad vanishes, goes away, then your clustering is not good. So, yeah.
Real world, we will be installing the application on that. So maybe. So what about SQL Server?
Yep, same thing.
SQL Server itself has the clustering, or we need to depend on Windows clustering?
So anyone has used SQL Server before? SQL Server, or SQL Server, or SQL? Okay, anyway. Huh? Just installed it. Okay, that's good enough. And that's it.
15 years back.
15 or 50.
Bill Gates was not born that time.
Bill Gates. 50 years back, or so yeah, Windows clustering is used, but
Because for file sharing, DFS.
no, there is a cluster role there also. So yeah, you were saying.
File sharing for DFS, we can install the cluster within the DFS service. I mean,
Yeah, no, that is separate. So this is Windows clustering. Distributed file sharing has its own, just like Hyper-V has its own replication, DFS, distributed file sharing, also has its own replication. So
for
it doesn't
that we
depend on
want
that,
this
no.
is- And what about we need high availability for the domain controller? So we have both.
No, we don't need.
So we keep isolated?
No.
For cluster.
So what does cluster do? Making an application highly available.
Yeah.
What does DC do when we have two domain controllers?
Oh, replication.
Every, within a site, every
45 seconds.
45 seconds to 1 minute. They don't need
So we don't use
clustering.
for the DC.
Yeah, we don't use clustering for DC.
What about
We don't use clustering for DNS. We can use.
What about DHCP?
Yeah, we can use clustering, but DHCP has its own failover strategy, which is different with.
Like we configure scope here and on the
Yeah.
other server.
Yeah,
separate.
that's 80-20 split scope. So they all have their own redundancy plans, but clustering is offered. So when we go to the clustering roles, there's a long list. And then we're going to see some of the roles which are saying. So DNS would be mentioned there. There will be other roles, but that's all. I mean, there will be at least 9 or 10 or maybe 12 roles. Other than that, other services or roles have their own redundancy plans and replications and everything. So yes, clustering is not for everything we can imagine. It's not for everything. Applications, and so we're gonna see the clustered roles. Then it's going to tell you what it is supporting after we install clustering service on both of these active and passive nodes. One thing is that we're going to be installing clustering application here, but server 4. So Windows 2012 is also known as the poor man's SAN. So if I type here, poor man's SAN. Why is it called that? SAN is normally a very expensive technology, fiber optic SAN, right? So you need to have fiber optic cables, optic switch, HBA network cards which are compatible with fiber optic. So you need to have network cards here, you need to have a fiber optic switch here, then you need to have all the other machines which support the fiber optic, and that will cost companies dearly, like a lot of money, but in the end they get very high speed and very reliable SAN network. But anyone knows what SAN really does? Sorry? So it offers storage. SAN offers storage. And why are we needing storage from SAN? So first of all, what we're doing here, suppose this is the fourth machine. We already have a C drive here, right? So we're going to be having 2 extra drives here. So C drive is already there, and we're gonna have 2 more disks. And what will happen? We're going to let those 2 disks be shared. We're going to offer those 2 disks to this clustering node. So these are the 2 disks that are available here. How does it work really? We have created these disks. So this disk can be offered to these nodes. So we're gonna make a connection of both disks to both these clustering nodes. First question is, why are disks offered when both these nodes have already enough disks? So these nodes already have 10 physical disks. Each disk is 500 GB or 1 terabyte.
Shared, not shared.
They are not shared. So the connections to these disks are available here to this and this. We're gonna make sure that these are, these 2 nodes can be connected to these disks, and we call these disks as, what do we call these disks? These disks are called LUNs. So LUN number 1, LUN number 2, right? We're gonna call these, so these are called in SAN language as LUNs. So we are offering LUNs to these hosts. So in our Exchange environment, we have 78 LUNs coming from the SAN. If we have fiber optic SAN, and we have this. So our machines, our Exchange machines are each machine has 78 LUNs. So if I create quickly our infrastructure, we have Exchange machine, a pair of Exchange machines, and the pair keeps going. We already have local 10 disks. We already have locally 10 disks available. And also 78 LUNs for each pair. So this is a pair, and if I go to these guys, so this is a pair and this is a pair. There are at least 4,000 mailboxes, Exchange server mailboxes for 4,000 users hosted here, and 4,000 mailboxes here for this pair and for this pair. So total of 2 pairs are handling 8,000 mailboxes. So when you have 4,000 mailboxes in one pair of Exchange server, this means Exchange servers can have, we can have 10 databases. Exchange servers have their own databases, right? You create databases, right? In Exchange server. So 10 suppose there are 10 databases, and you divide 4,000 users among 10 databases. So those SAN, those databases, and then there are in Exchange server there are logs as well. Is there any importance of logs in Exchange server? Anyone? And is there an importance of logs in Exchange server? They are called, what's the importance?
CD.
CD. Sorry? Oh, it's light. All right. Uh-oh, it's already written now. So is it viewable? That's a wrong choice of color.
You can't see it, that color?
So Sumit will translate for us. So those who are sitting above are in front can translate. So there are 10 databases. 10 databases I created. I've changed the color now. And what there are logs. So database must have their separate disks. DB separate LUN and logs separate LUNs. Sorry, they're not 10 databases. When I said 78, so there are there are at least 35 databases and approximately 35 log files disks. So what I'm saying is that we borrowed at least 78 LUNs or disks from SAN for each pair. So disk number 1, disk number 2, disk number 3, disk number 4. There are 78 disks. So each disk must have one database. So now if I write here 1 DB per LUN, and for that each database has its own set of log files. So log files per DB also 1 LUN. So this means that each DB has 1 LUN and their corresponding log files have 1 LUN. So why do we have 30? So we have 35 databases. Why are we putting them in separate LUNs or disks? Do you know why? We can put all the 35 databases, they are files, right? .edb files. We can put all those databases in 1 terabyte, one drive. Why are we putting it in 35 separate disks? Speed, yes. And all those LUNs are actually SSDs. Those are SSD drives, solid state drives. So this means fiber optic network, already you have huge speed, very good bandwidth. And then the disks themselves are SSD disks. So this means you've put blindly a lot of money to get speed as well as security. So when you have one database per LUN or per disk, this means that the solid state drive has to deal with the transactions of just one database. If we put 10 databases on one LUN and each database has 1,000 users, so how many users are there? 10,000 users. So 10,000 users are opening their mailboxes, and only one hard drive is dealing with all those read and writes on the drives. So if you put one database, just 1,000 users, so the speed will be very fast to open a mailbox, to close a mailbox, to do anything, to delete, to save. The users will see at once all the things, nothing is freezing there. But if you put 10 databases on one drive, there's a lot of read and write going on. 10,000 users are doing read and write on just one disk. So that users will say, hey, what is this, man? The Outlook opens after so long. And then whenever we are doing some more operations, or writing an email, or doing a little more multitasking, and it just starts freezing up.
Gmail is working the same concept, right?
If it is working,
every time it's available. So
yep. So they have huge data centers for that. And there are millions of users, actually, millions of mailboxes. So they have huge data centers, and they have the state-of-the-art equipment. That's how they're earning. So fiber optic network and LUNs are used and highly available. You don't have disconnectivity you ever seen unless you really buy their Office 360. Oh, Google Apps, and Google Apps has the Gmail. So Office 365 is offered by who? VMware. So by Microsoft, and they have their own data center, and there are issues right now going on. Not right now, like from time to time users are saying that there's disconnectivity, there's this, there's that. So Office 365, but still banks, 86,000 users, banks with huge amount of users, employees, they are going for cloud services now. Office 65 for Google Apps, not Google Apps much. I'm hearing mostly Office 65 because Microsoft has huge data centers and they're already using Microsoft applications. So Office 365 just, is compatible with all those, right? So clouding is going on very fast. It's crazy. So, okay, why do we? First thing is we use LUNs so separately to get performance. But second thing is, do they have anything to do with high availability? So what do they have to do with high availability? So I have, there are user connections coming to, let me just create some user connection and let me know if the, so there are, let me create some users here. There are a couple of users here, and this is also make them
Round users?
okay, round users. Okay, the users are round, and there are, oh, since you talk about samosas, so let's make samosa shape. Let's make us all more hungry. So these are the samosa users. And okay, now I'm just looking at those samosas now. So, oh man, you just messed up my whole diagram, or I just messed up my whole diagram. Anyway, so these users are connecting. So there's a service here. So I've put the notepad. So all the connections are being made to that application which is being hosted on the active node. And when they are saving data, where exactly are they saving their data? On node 1 or on the disk that is actually physically available on server 4? So the users are saving data either on server 2 or server 4. Which one is true? Whichever is active is having the connections with the LUNs. So, and LUNs are the disks that are physically not present on that active node. They are present on that SAN machine or the SAN network. So the user's data is being saved actually here, not here, right? So, and these two nodes have connectivity with these disks. So what happens is, if this node goes down, what will happen now? All the connectivity, all the user connections will be shifted to this machines. Hey, there are so many lines. Cool. So this machines, all the connections will be shifted for the users. Now it's getting a bit, confusing. And also the disk connections will be done to this machine as well. So all the user connections and both disk connections will be shifted from this node is not available anymore. Uh-oh, that was too long. This node has crashed. So this node will be available and the disk connections will be redirected to this node, passive node, which will now become active, and all the user connections will be shifted to this node as well. So two things will be automatically shifted, actually three things. First is the user connections, all the user connections. Second is the two disks. What is the third thing? It's not separate thing. That role, okay, the role, but this whole thing, the application on top will be hosted or will be offered from the passive node, which has now become active node. So users, connection shifted, disk shifted, and the application, which is actually being hosted on the disk. So when the disk shifts, the application also shifts, right? So major, when you say user connection, when the node crashes, the user connections are shifted to the second node, as well as the disks which are connected here will be connected there. So active will become passive, passive will become active, and we're gonna put it to test. That will be the fun part, because theory is so easy to understand. To make it happen is the main thing. Any questions till now that why are we using clustering and what is the overall role here? Do you understand this diagram now? That I'm going to repeat it again a little. These two nodes are taking part in the clustering, so we will install the clustering service, clustering feature here and clustering feature here. This will be the SAN. This will be offering the disks, and those disks will be connected to both these nodes. Why don't we use the local disks instead of these disks?
If we use local disk, the node fails, no connection to the disk.
So if we use local disk, what will happen? It will take the local disks with it. That's why if you want to make a data or application highly available, the disks must not be the local disks. They must be somewhere else on the SAN. If the disks were there, then there is no high availability. There's just availability. And then when the server crashes, hey, the disks were with that server. So no meaning of claiming, hey, this is highly available, yay. Yep.
Is there any concept of nick teaming over here?
So nick teaming is about network cards being highly available. Network cards highly available on one machine, right? So on that particular machine, if one network card fails, the second network card keeps the traffic going. But if the whole machine goes down, yeah.
If your server goes down, then what about high availability?
So the server goes down. What are we protecting here? The data, this application we are protecting. So this application is a banking application or insurance application, and there are at any given time 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 20,000 users connected at any given time. If they see this disconnection, we're in big trouble. We as system administrators are in big trouble. So we are saving the application, or we are saving the productivity and the data. So the clients are always connected. In the background, the whole server crashed. They had never even had a glitch. They never knew. 30,000 people who were connected to that server, that particular application, they had no idea that in the background one server actually crashed and the whole data has transferred to the second one. So this is high availability. That's what you will be paid for, right? So we are saving data and application. The server can go down and will go down, but that should not affect the data and application, right? Oh, yep. If the server 4 is down, what will happen, guys? That's where our data is actually. So still, that's a good question. You must have twos of the SAN as well. Yeah. So if you really want to offer the 7 nines, the last one, and you're coming from a very good consulting company with ties and everything, yes sir, I'm offering 7 nines, so please can you write a check of 5 million, thank you very much, bye. No, not bye. So then you must have twos of everything. You must have 2 SANs, or you must have a very good backup as well as 2 SANs, as well have twos of network connection. Even the 2 sites, 1 SAN, exactly, very good. Very good. So 2 sites, one site offering SAN, then the other site will offer SAN if the whole site goes down. So it depends on how much of high availability of what things. So Jamshed said NIC teaming, even on each node have 4 NICs or 2 NICs. So they will be teamed together. So even on the node level, if one network card goes down, then the second network card takes over. So on every level, if you have 2s or 3s of those, you can offer the 7 nines then, if you have properly tested that. Yep. And backup is understood. We must have a backup every every day. See, must and every. It's that important.
If you see in the movies, always you will get in trouble from aliens, from natural disaster.
No, in the movie 2012, those who have seen that, no type of backup works there unless you have a backup on Moon and Mars, or in Africa. If you have a backup in Africa, because only Africa was left in 2012 movie, the whole planet was gone. Tibet. No, Tibet was also under flood. Come on. Did you saw that movie? 2012. Did you see all the mountains? Oh, if you have on the top of the mountain, Mount Everest, if you have a backup center there, data center on Timbit. I was thinking of Timbit because I was hungry. Then I heard, oh, Tibet.
That's why everything is going to cloud.
Yeah. So we are not taking responsibility, and data centers have their own redundancy. The client, the bank is saying, hey, I am just connected to you, so I will have 2 connections to you or 3 connections to your already 5 or 6 data centers. I don't have to invest in creating my own data center. You, Microsoft, already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in all continents. You have several big data centers. You already have infrastructure. I don't need my engineers. I don't need my data center. I don't need my warranties. I'll just pay you this much and just keep my data and let my users, 30,000 or 1 million users, connect to your data centers, and you take the responsibility of high availability. Now they need experts on their side, on the cloud side. Lots of experts they need now. So they could host every company's network there. Yeah.
What is the maximum number of nodes currently? Maximum number
Of
nodes.
nodes, okay, there are 16. Yeah. Oh, sorry, in clustering that's 32. In Exchange it is 16 nodes. In Exchange Server 2010, 2013. Right? Okay, so the concept is clear. We must have our data placed on SAN. Then only we have high availability. Otherwise, we don't have a high availability if we are using local disks, right? And so this is the overall concept. There is another concept of quorum that needs to be talked about. So I'm just going to go a bit further with this little quickly. So clustered shared volumes, or CSVs, was that. So CSV was that disk, that LUN that is highly available. So that is called in Hyper-V as CSV, or clustered shared volume. It's a volume that is shared in a cluster. So a volume on which you put a data, it is shared between the 2 nodes in a cluster. Cluster shared volume, right? So a disk that is available for both the nodes at any one time. Whichever node is active is using the disks. Whichever node is passive is not using the disk. It does not even see the disks, the passive node. But as soon as the passive node becomes active, the disk connections are disconnected from the crash node and are connected to the passive node, which is now active node. You just see all the disks as soon as you fail over. As soon as you fail back, none of the disks are shown there on the passive node. It physically does not show anything there. So we're going to see that today. The cluster shared volume is this, and I'm just going for, because the lab itself is big, significant new features of failover clustering, quorum changes. Anyone knows what is quorum? So now the quorum is full.
Yes. Witness, that means that voting.
Yeah, actually on the first day I think I discussed that, but yeah, so there's a witness, there's a voting. So what do they have to do with quorum?
If one node fails, so they need to vote who becomes the active node.
So let me take you guys to the what is quorum. There's a node majority. So first thing is basically what is quorum in our parliaments, in our assemblies. What is quorum?
Ministers.
Ministers are quorum, okay. Norms is what?
The number of people to run the procedures.
Number of people?
Yeah, to make it divisible.
Yes. So minimum number of people available to have a session or to start a session, to start a class, minimum number of, there are so many students who are gone for good lunch, but minimum number of students should be there. So in 100 people parliament, 200 people parliament, the quorum could be 90 people. If there are 90 parliamentarians there, we will start the session. We don't care about the rest of them, 110. But if they are less than 90, we will not even start the session, because the minimum number of acceptable, this is something you say acceptable or not acceptable, right? So quorum is minimum number of people, in this case minimum number of nodes, if they are started, if they are active, you will have the clustering service running. If you do not have the minimum number of nodes available, so out of 10 nodes, if you have node majority, so out of 10 nodes, if you have node majority, the clustering service will work. What does that mean? Did I make any diagram here? Okay. So yeah, node majority is, let me just create quickly. So there are 1 node, 2 node, 3 node, 4 node, and let's say 5 nodes for now. So if this node goes down, there's still 4 nodes available, right? If this node, these 2 nodes go down, still there's a majority. If there's a node majority, what will happen? So what is promised on node majority? What has the vote? Only nodes in the cluster have a vote. I'll explain the vote. Quorum is maintained. If the node majority is there, quorum is maintained when more than half of the nodes are online. So 3 nodes which are hosting the applications out of 5, 3 nodes are still working. So the clustering is still available, the client connections are still working, the data is still accessible. As soon as this happens, if we have a node majority quorum available and the node majority is no longer there, what happens now? The clustering service goes down, the data is not available, and all the clients are disconnected until you get the nodes up and the majority is again maintained. The clustering service will be up, the application will be up.
What happens is 50-50.
So
Like 6 of them.
exactly, there's another scenario where it is, so if we have, this is the even number of nodes or odd number of nodes? It's very odd. So if we have even number of nodes, how can we achieve majority now if this is the situation?
I think 50%.
This is 50% is not a majority, right? So the in this situation, what happens in this situation? Yeah,
Depends on the databases, how many databases we have.
nodes, the actual machines. It has nothing to do. No, this exchange is different. So this is all about active nodes. These are all active nodes. If this happens, suppose you don't have a majority right now. 3 are down, 3 are up.
We need a third party.
We need a third party. So the clustering service got confused here. Hey, we don't have majority. While you as an administrator are thinking, we have 3 high-end servers available, and still Microsoft designed it in such a way that the cluster service automatically went down. Why? 3 services can take all those users as well, all those users connections as well. Why did Microsoft design it to be, I don't think the cluster is working because we don't have majority, so I am putting down the clustering service now. That's it. Go home. Go home, all 30,000 users, and good luck, system administrators, saving your job. Anyway, so Microsoft thought about that, and then they say, okay, let's consider each node as one vote. So each node is 1, 1, 1, and 1, and 1. So these are all considered one vote for the clustering service to consider as a majority or not. These nodes are all taking part in the cluster. So Microsoft says, hey, why don't you create a witness here? This is another server, but it is not taking part in the cluster. So first thing about that server is that not part of cluster. It could be a file server, or any server that is not taking part in the clustering. It's not part of that cluster, but it has what? It has a shared folder as a shared folder as a let me tell you what shared folder and or disk. Either you can put a shared folder with clustering info. It has the information about the cluster. Oh, there are the 5 or 6 machines here. You can put a shared folder on a file server, and it has a clustering info. But clustering service will consider this guy as one vote as well. So the clustering service need to see majority of the votes online, which means that I should keep the clustering service running. If the votes are less, the clustering service will stop, the application will stop, all the client connections will be stopped, and good luck with your job. Oops. Okay. So this node is just having information about how many are down, how many are up. It could be a shared folder with the information of the cluster. It could be a full disk dedicated to just the information of these clusters. So suppose in even number nodes, so it is not needed in odd number nodes. Why? File share witness is needed in odd number nodes or not?
Needed.
How? Okay, this is odd number now, right?
So 1 is down.
Suppose 1 is down.
So what's the even?
So now what happens?
Majority agrees.
It's still a majority, right? Node majority is there. Once second is down, the decision is clear. There is no majority, gone. So if it is 5, same thing. Majority is there or not. We are confused when it is even number of nodes. Half are down, half are up. There is no majority here. I see, me as a clustering service, see that, hey, there are 3 nodes down and 3 nodes up. What do I do now? I need either majority or no majority to keep working. So the clustering service is like, whoa, where's that witness guy? So what happens in the even number nodes? That in this situation where equal number are down and equal number are up, so the clustering service always go for the file share witness or the file server here. Even these are 2 in the organization, right? Maybe that one is down for its own reason. File server is maintained by someone else, and that administrator screwed up, and it's down. So you should have 2 file shared witness as well. But what's the purpose of this file shared witness? That the clustering service will still see 1, 1, 1. Oh, there are 4 votes. 4 votes means 4 nodes are available. So I still have majority. I'm not going to put this clustering service down. I'm gonna let these application running, this application, and I'm gonna keep those 30,000 connections connected to this service because I see 4 votes here.
But the file server is not part of the cluster.
It must not be part of the cluster.
So it is not a node.
It's just a third server,
It's
which is connected to you. It's just one vote.
one vote.
So how does the clustering service here think that this file server, who is not even part of my cluster, who is this? How do I know it's something? it has the information that I need. So of course it will be connected to that same LAN, and over the network the clustering service will know. During the installation we're going to tell the clustering service, hey, we're putting this file server 10, and where one of the shared folder of this file server has the information of this clustering, so it will be considered as one vote.
It's only the function only of voting, or there is another function? Because
That's
if
all.
it's only voting, why it's not in the logic right that if it's a even tight situation between the failure and broken active servers, just add one vote to
How do you add one vote? From which? Because each node is considered one vote. Each node. So it has to have one extra physical or virtual server to be considered one vote. And that server, so why is this file server even introduced? What's the reason? Because you do not want the clustering service to go down. You want it to keep running because you have high-end 3 servers that can take the whole load. So you don't want by design that the clustering service would go down just because the rules say that 3 nodes are down, I'm going down. I don't care about the rest of the 3 servers. I just don't care about that. So you tell that clustering service, no, there is still, don't go down. You still have majority. And we make the clustering service think that the 4th server is actually a clustering node. We fool the clustering service here by thinking that don't go down now. There is still a file share witness here, and consider that as one vote. This is consider it as a node working. So you still have a majority. Please do not go down, and please save my job as an administrator. So that's why in quorum you have node majority. You can achieve node majority with even number of nodes. If it's a tie, clustering service is confused. It will go down for no reason. I mean, your 3 machines are still can handle all the weight, and you don't have to disconnect 30,000 users for this reason. So that's why you fool the clustering service by saying, hey, you still have majority, so keep going. Okay.
Mucho late, sir.
You're mucho late. 5 muchos. Did you? Hey, the blue ones and the red ones. We have competition now. Woo!
Latest test is
It's a break, right?
I think it's time to attack.
Time to break.
Yeah, you just arrived, so let's have a break in that, in celebration of that.
Take home.
Hey, now we are offering take-home service as well. Again, action. Okay, guys. So as we were talking about, these were very, for the record of the video, we just ate samosas and they were so good. Okay. Anyway, so I just ruined the video. Anyway, so okay, I have a video that is universal video for clustering, which I created some academy and it was so successful. And you're gonna see why I'm still relying on the video as well, because it could give problem here when we are configuring clustering. It is not easy, but if we go smooth, if we have new machines, if those machines were not done with any bugs or anything, it's gonna go smooth as well. The main thing is when we are configuring clustering, our verification test, there will be a clustering verification test. It must be all green, and if it is, then wow, you get to do the clustering today. Otherwise, follow that video. Okay, so what are the major steps for this? So I'm just gonna open my mucho sophisticated tool, MS Paint, and major steps will be that we will install okay, active, we are all active right now, so install one more NIC to each node. So this will be I think I have written those steps down. already here. It's a long slide. So yeah, about that node majority, there was node majority, then there was node and disk majority, and then there is node and file share majority. So disk and file share are these things which I was trying to just finish that before the samosas started. If you have a file share witness, it will be the node and file share majority. This means the file share is taking part. If you have a node and disk majority, instead of a shared folder here on file server, you can create a disk here, and the clustering service will consider the vote for that. Then there's a no majority, disk only. This is the most desperate step from the administrator. So what happens is, administrator is still working on those 4 nodes that crashed, and the 5th crashes as well. And the administrator is like, really trembling and screaming, and the bosses are, yes sir, everything is okay. But if the administrator has done this no majority, then all 30,000 connections which were being made, which were being distributed among all these 6 nodes in the no majority, means that there's one file share witness and then only one node left. All other crashed. Somebody really hates you, right? And somebody really decided today or tomorrow, I want him fired. So someone just attacks all these nodes and they're all gone, and you have just one last node left. So all the connections have gone to the active node, that is no majority. So no majority, disk only, means quorum is maintained when the shared disk is online. If the shared disk is online, still to the last node standing will be the case here. That last node is still taking connections, and the administrator says, hey, we were having connections, something else went wrong on the internet, and while at that time you're fixing and you're receiving all the calls and you're doing this, yes sir, something on the internet, I'm investigating sir, or just put up a good play. Although your bosses are your bosses for a reason. They know you. They can scan you from the phone. Believe me. And whenever you make up story, they will know right away. Like this. And they're like, yeah, okay. And next 5 minutes, he's on your head. And you're like, okay, you got me, sir. Sorry, I was lying, sir. Okay. He said, hey, when you were lying, I knew at that time. And I was like, what? You know me that well? In 3 months only? So then he said, okay, I'm boss for a reason, come on. Okay, so yeah, there are some talented bosses who just catch you, whatever you want to make up. So no node majority is the last node standing kind of strategy, and yes, the show must go on for whatever few connections left out of 30,000 connections. But few are connecting, you can still say, hey, some users were connecting, right? While you're still fixing those nodes, and maybe 2 or 3 nodes are up in next half an hour, and all the connections are again distributed. So this is the most desperate attempt of no majority. I hope we don't get down to this one in our future jobs. Okay, so I'm just gonna go for force quorum resiliency. There are many other advanced features there, but we're gonna go for the lab just to understand the basics of Windows clustering. You will have a very good idea when you do that. Failover cluster networks, there's a public network and then there's a private network. So I want to get to that diagram where you will understand why there is a lab. Okay, there's one guy here who really wants to, everyone wants to concentrate, sorry. So the samosas are having their toll, and some people are talking. Okay, infrastructure requirements for failover clustering. Infrastructure requirements for a failover cluster implementation include: the nodes in the cluster must use DNS. Yes, we're going to use DNS. They must have Active Directory. Yes, we're going to use Active Directory. The user account that creates a cluster must have administrator. We're going to use administrator, believe me. Okay, these 3 requirements we already have. Failover cluster infrastructure recommendations include: the same roles should be installed on each cluster. So if we have 10 nodes, all nodes must be physically same. They must be OS wise, service pack wise, Windows updates everything exact same. License should be there.
That will be separate.
Same. Yes. Okay. So hardware, software to the last update for OS, for application. Application has its own service packs, right? And updates. OS has its own service packs and updates. And hardware should be exactly the same. So everything same. Then only it can work in a cluster. The ADDS role should not be installed on any of the cluster nodes, or domain controller does not need a clustering. So Active Directory should not be installed on any cluster node, right? It could be Windows 2012 R2 standard, or it could be data center. Let's skip that. Migrating, failover, demonstration. There's a lot of blah 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 here because the process for clustering server roles, install the failover clustering feature, verify the configuration. Yeah, we're gonna do that when we create a cluster, right? I want to go for the, oh come on, I wish I did not have to do the lab. I would just go with the slide and, you know, we've done clustering, yay. But, you know, without lab we can understand. Multi-site cluster, then we can have multi-site cluster as well. If the one site fails, the other site SAN can take over. And it's also, I just want to go to the synchronous and asynchronous application. Wow. Okay. Guys, I should have selected that slide. Oh. Next week, I'm gonna cover all those, don't worry. We need to do the clustering lab, and the major concepts are clear, and I'm gonna give this slide to you. So you're gonna be, let me just go to that heartbeat. Okay, anyone knows what is heartbeat? Yes. Okay, not that heartbeat. The heartbeat.
High availability.
So what is heartbeat exactly? The systems check each other, and they keep checking each other every 1 minute. What does that mean? So these two nodes, there's a lot of lines here now. So there's a heartbeat between this node and that node. So every 1 minute they are checking each other. So suppose, okay, it's mentioned actually here. Every 1 minute heartbeats are exchanged between the nodes. If 5 consecutive HBs are missed, then that node is removed from the NLB cluster. This is NLB, but clustering is also coming, and the traffic routed to the remaining NLB nodes. Okay, I'm gonna be doing NLB later, and NLB is network load balancing, but and every 1 minute. So what is heartbeat again? Nodes are checking each other every 1 minute. And if 5 heartbeats are missed, what happens? If 5 heartbeats are missed, exactly. So it's considered, the other node, passive node, thinks, whoa, the 5 beats missed, no way, this node is down. I'm taking over the control, I'm the king now, I'm the active node, and you're the passive node, ha ha ha. Okay, it's not gonna do ha ha. But anyway, it's heartbeat decides that the node is up or not. That's it. Heartbeats missed, at once the failover will happen. Of course, the 30,000 users, 10,000 users, or 500 users must not know what happened in the background. The whole node crashed or was considered crash. Maybe the node is up. Heartbeats are not coming. Maybe it is up. Maybe there's a network card problem there. But it will take over. Failover will happen. It's not that the node has to crash, the operating system has to be gone for the failover to happen. If 5 heartbeats are missed because of a loose connection, on the data center somebody was fixing the cables, or maybe on the switch that was connecting to that node, maybe that switch has that particular port missing, port having any problem, or the cable was loose, that's it. Heartbeats are missed, failover. Then you investigate later, okay, what happened? Was it our node fault, or was it the network fault or network connectivity fault, right?
So you said 7 minutes. So if it takes 1 minute for cluster failure,
So 7 nines means 3.15 seconds per year of downtime, not more than that, right? But here the failover is happening and it happens like this. So the user never experienced any downtime, which means it's not even 3.5 seconds while the whole node crashed in the background, but the application is available. So client side, we are okay. Here we are crashing 3 nodes. Yeah, so even not even 3.5 seconds were missed while the whole node crashed. Yep. Heartbeat time is by default. With scripts we can customize that, but Microsoft, I never heard that before. That we should customize or not. You wanna, if you increase the time, decrease, yeah, even in lesser time it should fail over. So it will start fail over this is, and there will be a record of, hey, it failed over 5 times in last night. So Microsoft has a standard and it has done its thinking and homework, then it decided that. We never did change the heartbeat, especially. It's a built-in thing, but definitely we can change it.
I mean, if you change that, the formula will change also.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I never heard anyone changing heartbeat. I never heard that. But it should be possible if everything else is possible. And I never heard anyone wanting to do that. But definitely, for some reason, we can do that. We should. Okay, the major steps are that we're going to install one more NIC to each node, which means which servers? Server 1 and server 4. 2 and 3. These are nodes. Others are not nodes, right? Those who are taking part in clustering are nodes, right? So install one more NIC to each node, and then number 2 is add 2 disks to server 04. Number 3 step is configure server 04 for target server. Number 4, so I'm gonna then configure nodes as initiators. When we reach that, I'm gonna explain what's going on now in diagrams, and then install clustering service on both nodes. Number 6, test it, verification test, and that's where our settings will be. Verification test. Number 7 is installation configuration of folder, configuration of shared folder. Okay, see, very few steps. Okay, so let's go step by step here, and I'm just going to my node 2 and 3, and if I go to the local server here, okay, let's go inside. Oh, it's not this password, I just changed it. So local server on node 2 or server 2, I'm just gonna start calling nodes to server 2 and 3 because they're gonna be taking part in the cluster. Make sure that the firewall is off, so I'm just turning off the firewall quickly. And okay, second thing is I'm going to the network card. I'm making sure that I have a second network, which I don't have right now, so I'm just gonna go and add one. I'm gonna right click the machine here and click add. We all know how to add a network card. Yes. Okay, network card, of course. Okay, network card, about that, my network card's on VMnet 12, and you can have your other, if you are on host only or if you're on NAT, just go for whatever network you have. What we're going to do here is It could be on another network as well, definitely. But I just don't want. I want to avoid all the troubleshooting. It no. We're gonna give a separate IP. We're gonna give it 10.0.0 something. Huh? No, it's not gonna cause issues. Because they are still on the same LAN, but with different scheme. Though they only will be communicating with each other, right? So everyone has added the network card.
It will be the same pin, the same like the first card.
Yeah. So my node 2 or server 2 is showing like this. 2 network cards here, right? I will quickly rename them. Before that, let me just so add the second network card, and here is that diagram that I wanted to show. Okay, so this is the diagram that I wanted to show, and it's on 100%. So server 2 and server 3, they have the normal IP address on the first network card 192.168.0.2, and the second and then there is the second NIC, which is 10.0.0.1 and 255.0.0.0. So let me just do that, and you will realize that what is going on. But server 2 and server 3 will have 2 network cards. First network card is normal 192.168.0.2, so don't touch the first network card. Second network card, which we just added, will be the heartbeat network card. So if I wanted to rename it, not if, I will rename it. So I will right click the second network card on server 2 and rename it to HB, heartbeat. And I need to do the following things. Double click the network card. First rename it to HB, heartbeat. Second thing, double click that network card. After renaming, double click the network card, go to properties and uncheck V6, IPv6, just like in the normal lab we always do that, right? Double click V4. Everyone in V4? Till now, nothing unusual. Now we give 10.0.0.1 and press tab at the end. The second network card rename to HB and the IP V6 unchecked, just like normal practice we do, but we're gonna give the IP 10.0.0.1. Everyone did that? Till now, nothing important, right? Nothing difficult. Let's go to advanced now. Advanced option. Everyone sees the advanced option, right? And go to the DNS option and uncheck register this connection's addresses in DNS. What does that mean? This means that DNS should not know that there is a second network card on machine server 02 that is 10.0.0. If we keep it checked, then on the DNS server, when we open the DNS console, there will be server 2 with 192.168.0.2, and then there will be another A record created server 02 with 10.0.0.1 as well. If this option is checked, it tells DNS, hey DNS, I am server 2 and I have a IP 192.168.0.2, and I am server 2 and I also have an IP of 10.0.0.1. So I have 2 IPs for the same name. The traffic that comes to that server will be affected with that if you have those separate names, separate IPs registered to same name. So don't register this IP to the DNS. The second reason, first reason, it's not a reason. First thing is we are not letting DNS know that server 2 has another IP. Second thing we need to make sure, or why we are doing that, we need to know is that heartbeats are just meant to keep pinging the other node. That's all they do. They do not receive outside traffic. Those network cards, heartbeat network cards, are just meant to ping each other every 1 minute. That's it. That's all their task is. And that task is very, very important. Why? If the heartbeats are missed, the other node will consider that this first node active node is gone and I'm taking over now. The failover occurs. So heartbeats should not receive any other traffic other than testing each other, pinging each other. That's all. Are you present? Are you present? Are you present? Are you present? So 5 consecutive heartbeats missing, failover happens.
So we usually put the second bit card in a different subnet.
We can put it in a totally different subnet or totally different network as long as they are pingable to each other's HB cards. That's all we need. HB card of one node should be able to communicate with the HB card of the second node, even if they are second VLAN, they are second network, as long as they are pinging each other. We have a small lab, so we'll just put it, I'm just putting it on a, even my 192.168 is on VMnet 12. This HB, I can put it on host only, or one on host only and one on NAT, doesn't matter. It's gonna work. But anyway, just to avoid any troubleshooting, surprise one. So I'm just putting it in the same network. Okay, exactly same thing I'm gonna do on the server 03, which is my node 2. So what exactly same thing? Add the second network card, rename it HB, and then uncheck V6, and then put the IP as 10.0.0.2, press tab, and then uncheck the register disconnection. So I'm just gonna go there and do that. Press OK, and press OK for the server 2. So it should look like this on server 2. One is HB, one is Ethernet 0. I'm going to go for server 3, right click the settings. First I'm gonna add the second network card. Oh, in my case I already have a network card, but I do not want it to be bridged. Maybe I needed internet, so it was bridged, so I'm just gonna put it on my same network. In my case it is VMnet 12. In your case, whatever domain controller you have network setting on, just put it there like that. Uh-oh. Seriously? I think nobody noticed that. Yeah. No, nothing went wrong. So there is another network card. I'm gonna just rename it as HB, and in my case it was disabled, so I'm gonna enable it. My machine is not joined to the domain, so I'm gonna quickly do that. So double click that HB, same exact steps. What were the steps? Rename it to HB, second network card on node 3. Go and uncheck V6, then assign static IP of 10.0.0.1. Hey, everyone's here. Samosas, you lose. Come on. Okay, 10.0.0.2 and press tab. 255.0.0.0. Doesn't matter. Advanced DNS and uncheck register this connections addresses in DNS. Every two done that? All right. So press OK. Huh? One error. Yeah, it's the message that would say that DNS is not there.
No, it already using another machine and would not do this one. Power off this.
Oh, did I say 1 and you put 1 again? No, it was a joke. You were supposed to put 2.
No, I did not put IP.
You put 2. Okay. You did not put IP address and still.
Yes, I did not put any IP address. Just I start adding network card.
Okay. So network card is added?
No, it added network card and shut down the machine.
It's shut down now.
Shut down, yes.
Okay, start and try again.
Because it gives error.
Oh.
Another machine is in use with the same specification like this.
Oh. How many samosas did you have? It has a direct effect on that. That was tested in a lab. So no, it has nothing to do with that. Do you have an extra machine? It's not supposed to happen like that.
Snapshot.
Hey, snap. Did you take a snapshot? Yeah. So see, samosas worked. This theory worked.
So, what's the next?
You have a snapshot, right? Okay. So yeah, press OK. Oh, samosa shots. That's a good one. Okay, network side is done. Please add 2 hard disks to server 4. Okay, but you know what?
What should I do about this server 3?
Did you take a snapshot?
Yes.
You went back.
Okay.
Is it joined to the domain in that snapshot?
It was in domain.
Okay, good. Then log in from administrator, or if you're already logged in, log off and then log in again from domain administrator. So make sure that authentication is working, right? And then add the network card again. My domain dot local. That's hey, it's supposed to work. Okay, so to the HB network card. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, it gives an error for restoring snapshots? Hey, you're in big trouble, man. What? Hey, I was ready. I was just checking you guys if you can note that down mistake. Okay, I had 2 samosas and 1 is here. So it has an effect. You have to know that samosas always have effect on human working. Yeah, you were saying? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. In my case, it's 50. If you give 50 to domain controller, everything should be 50. So, okay. And let's look up would be, of course, the same. It's the... Well, it works without reverse. See? So, if you do not create a reverse lookup zone in your domain controller, your name resolution is always working if it's a pure Windows environment. Always, mucho remember that. But that is for best practice. That you put the reverse lookup zone. Best practice is that, okay, it's going to join the domain, and let me just go for the server 4. Let's add 2 hard disks there. Oh, for God's sake. Mr. Allen Reed. Don't read. Okay, so my domain / administrator and all right. I think not. You know, there's another thing I should do now, which is I'll start the video and I'll let you guys do that lab. I'm gonna still explain every step on the way. Oh, it's working. Cool. No, I'm opening the video as well. So exact steps which I'm about to do, which I cannot do for some reason. Oh, we don't have a snapshot as well. Okay, my 4th machine sucks. Anyway, that's why I wanted to show you that you should have a snapshot. And if you don't have, then this happens. You're stuck. So, okay, that's why in emergency breaks, I had that second video. So yeah, we no, this class we had samosas already. Come on. So now, so I had this situation in other classes as well, in one or two classes more. So I had that backup video that oh, thank God. Okay, I'm saved, kind of.
Yeah. Microsoft Press Store.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm gonna
Tomatoes,
send that video
exam
anyway. So
reference,
we are on
right?
the step. So guys, you're gonna be still doing the same thing. Now what to do there in the video, I'm just going to take to that step, go to that step. Still same thing going on and
Yes.
blah blah blah. In
Where
fact,
the shared
if
folder
you wanna
will
hear the
be
jokes as well,
taken over by the second
but
node.
yeah, let's save it to
but
another
that's
time.
it.
Right
we're gonna
now,
try
I'm
to
gonna
know
explain
how slow it
myself
is
everything.
to recover from that.
But I can't help it now. Oh, something happening? Oh, there's no audio. Cool. Okay, so I can talk now. So anyway, I'm just gonna take you which step you were now, till now, and oh yeah, this video thing is, yeah, we're gonna create the disk, but this video is really cooperating. It's MP4, so I just open it with VLC.
So the boss will come now.
So, oh, thank God. Is it working? Please. What's going on? Disable the subtitle? Oh, today is like only samosa day. Oh shoot, seriously, it's not working. No, it is. It was playing, then I turn it off. So that's out of desperation now. Uninstall what? No, it's okay. See? Maybe it's not recorded and it was already there and I thought that everything was recording. No. See this? Oh, thank God. Okay. I was on that slide in the video for a long time. Okay. I don't know why sound is not coming, but anyway. Okay. Whew. Okay. So yeah, samosas. I think I should not leave this one alone. Maybe there was a curse from this samosa. You did not eat me? Take this. Okay. So yes, we have done okay, network card thing, and that was on yeah, so 10.0.0.1 there already. We have done that. So let's go to the fourth server. No, this is server 3. So same thing, network card is done, heartbeat is named, and add 2 more HDDs. I even typed there. Okay, seriously. So I was not talking actually. This is a mute video. That sucks. No, it's not. It's not supposed to be. Anyway, so configure our target server to offer hard drives. So what is target and what is initiator? New terminologies are coming. Target is offering the disks. Initiators are getting the disk. So target means anyone knows what is open filer?
Yeah.
Open filer. You definitely heard that in VMware. Sharing storage. If yeah. Oh man. Okay, this is the first artist being added. So OpenFiler was a third-party software installed on a virtual machine directly, and then you configure it, you add some hard disks to it, and offer those hard disks remotely as a remote shared hard disk to your VM machines as a data store. But Windows 2008, when we were doing clustering on Windows 2008, when I was teaching that in 2008, I had to use OpenFiler. Now in 2012, that software is built in, and that is, the feature is called the target server. When you add that feature, iSCSI target, it's called that iSCSI target. When you add that feature from Windows 2012, the Windows 2012 becomes that machine which offers hard disks to others. So if you did not, Microsoft added that feature, now it can become a SAN machine. It can offer its own disk. So if you install on a physical server, if local disks are there, like 10 or 12 local disks, each SSD, each 1 terabyte, if you really spend that much, then you install Windows 2012 on top of that physical machine, then install this feature iSCSI target, and it's your SAN machine from now on. And you can offer the disks inside that physical machine remotely to all the other machines that need that. So Windows 2012 has that built-in software or feature called iSCSI target, which, so you don't need Starwind. Starwind was another third-party software that was offering storage, that will enable you to offer storage, or OpenFiler. You don't need OpenFiler. Even in VMware Lab, you can use Windows 2012 as the SAN machine in VMware Lab as well. So 2012 has that huge improvement, and it can become a SAN machine now. You don't need a third-party software like OpenFiler or Starwind. Okay, so on everyone on server 4, so there is a hard disk being created now, and do you know how to add the hard disk? I am on the size of the hard disk. So you are on server 4, you are right-clicking the machine, going to the properties, then clicking add. Everyone knows how to add a hard disk, right?
Yeah. What size?
Size is, it's showing there 60 GB,
Yeah,
but
we are going to use the 60 GB.
we're going to use actually, I just want, yes, the first hard disk is 60 GB.
Yes.
So let me do that as well on that machine that was not working, because it's not working, but I can still add the hard disk, right? Okay, on server 3 I can add the hard disk. Right click like this on server 4, settings, and then click add like this. Hard disk is already selected there, and then just go for 60 GB. So next, don't change anything on any other screen. By default it is 60 GB, so do not select anything else. Next, finish like this. So first hard disk you have added is 60 GB, right? The second hard disk will be Exacto Mondo. Oh, okay. So now I'm adding the second hard disk here. Same thing. Do not close that screen. 60 GB selected. Click finish. And the second hard disk is also 60 GB. So you did not change anything when you were adding the two hard disks. Has everyone done that? The two hard disks?
File name is .md, .bmdk. So is there
That's the file it creates, which is okay. It's okay.
I have not.
If the file name is appearing there, it's okay. You don't, when you're adding a disk, just keep clicking till the finish. There is no change there, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
But do we need to use this, physical hard disk, because we have limited resources on the hard disk?
So it is already thin provisioning. It's not going to take 60 GB. So we did not install anything, so it's just going to take KBs. Okay, guys, everyone has added two hard disks. Your clustering verification test has to pass. Everything must be green. So these steps, each step is very crucial, that you follow exactly like that. So server 2 and 3 have all. Okay, now we are going to the computer management.
My machines, the virtual machines are created for, they have 100 GB. I just added 60 GB to of them.
Yep, that's okay. Yep.
Which server is this?
Server 4. So what are we doing now? We are going inside the server 4. We are going to tools and going to computer management, and then going ultimately to disk management. Exactly. So in server 4, everyone there? In server 4, we are going to server manager, going to tools, and going to computer management, or we can directly type disk mgmt dot msc. In the either you go to tools and go to disk management, or just go to run and type disk mgmt dot msc. Has everyone opened the disk management? It's there, right? Everyone there? Okay, disk management. So disk disk mgmt.msc, or go to tools, computer management, and go to disk management, right? When you open computer management, just go down and it will show you the disk management. Okay, I have opened directly in the video the disk management, and it should be disk 1 and disk 2 with unknown and offline showing like this. Is everyone showing like this? So if I go to the actual machines just to show that, oh, then I have to add those 2 disks. No, it's on 4. Oh, let me. Yeah, my 4 is not working, and if I start making it work, I just need to join the domain, but the time is so short. So this, everyone is on this disk management. The 2 disks should be showing as, they are unknown and offline. So right click 2 times. First right click will make it online. Second right click will make it initiated. So okay, see this video. I'm on the disk 1 and right clicked online, and then right click initialize disk. So 2 right clicks for both disks, right? So right click the first disk online and then click initialize disk. Everyone did that?
Yes.
And disk 1, is it showing like this?
Yes.
It's okay. So it should be, what is disk 0 here? It's our operating system disk, which we are not supposed to touch at all. Okay, that was slow, right? That means all. Okay, so disk 1 and 2 we are experimenting or using it for SAN, but disk 0 is a no-no. Okay, it's a no-go zone. Okay, right clicks disk 1 online initialized, and second disk online only, right? Or initialize as well. Disk 2 right click online and initialize. Okay, both are online and initialized. Everyone did that? So on disk 1, right click the new volume. Right click on the disk 1 in any of the area here, and just select the top option called new simple volume wizard. Everyone did that? Everyone did that, right?
Yes.
Right click on this area and new simple volume, then click next. Okay, do not go ahead fast to format this because we're gonna change sizes here. The first disk, just keep going, and in the end just change the volume label only. Volume label for the first disk is quorum, QUORUM. So what did you do in the first disk? Yeah, so this step I'm doing it in a machine. So please ignore that it is a server 3 or server 4 because my lab is not working. So I'm just showing you the steps mucho clearly. Which clearly? Mucho clearly. Okay, so
Did you select the disk size?
no,
The whole disk?
yeah, disk size default. So what
On your
partitioning, the disk size is whatever 60 GB came. Just we did not touch anything, right? So I'm just showing it here now. I went to tools and then went to computer management, and then disk management. I think everyone is here, right? So I just, for example, I just added 1 disk. So right click online, right click initialize. Everyone seeing that? And then we did this. Once done, then this area we're just gonna right click and new simple volume here. Everyone there? Right click, new simple volume. We can choose that, but I just went on. It's okay. So we can choose less for future use. You're right. Otherwise, we can add more disks there in the server 4, and then that disk can be added as a extra disk space. We can increase the volume to another second, third one as well. So next, this is the size you saw, 60 GB, drive ladder, whatever it give, but the volume only we changed to QUORUM, quorum. And next and finito, right? Everyone did that? Alright, let me go back to that video. Alright, so its quorum is there. If you did that, everyone did that, right? Quorum. No, just the first disk. Second disk is a little different. Yeah, go ahead, format. The label, everyone written label quorum? Okay, cool. So, yeah. Quorum disk or quorum, doesn't matter. You can have wrong spelling as well, it's not gonna spell check. So, quorum, QORUM, doesn't matter. QUORUM. But if in production, you should have the correct spelling, yeah. Okay, second disk. I right click the second disk. Same, new volume, the second disk, right?
Yeah.
New volume, next, 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 until you reach the volume label again. And here it is, data files, data disk or data, that's it. So if I go back a little, oh, I'm just adding, went two back. Okay, second disk, yeah, new volume, first disk, new volume, and then the second disk. This is the first disk. The second, first disk volume label is quorum. Second disk volume label is data. Okay. So quorum disk. Go, 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 go. Oh, I'm explaining the class, so I'm just waiting. The blah 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 blah. Why is it not working? Audio is not working. Okay, second one, new simple volume. Next, next, next. And just data disk. Okay. Format ready, everyone, right? Done that. So server 4, 2 major steps. Server 4, 2 major steps. Add the 2 disks. Second step is configure the iSCSI target feature. So I'm gonna go there. These two should be showing like this to everyone. Okay, formatted, healthy, right? Okay, let us go ahead. Oh, come on, stop explaining. Oh, maybe to that class, I mean, it is good, but if the format separately appears here, this is like the second time it's asking format. You don't have to format that.
It's a bug.
Yeah, it's a bug, exactly. So yeah, the second time format, just ignore that. Okay, guys. So yeah, then again, blah 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 blah, explaining. Yep. Yeah, format the second disk, exactly. But the format sign separately appears as well. Just ignore that one because you just formatted during that. The second sign, if you format, it will format again. It doesn't matter. But if you cancel it, it's already formatted. It's a bug that the separate format sign also appears, right? It's a bug. All right. What else is there? Okay, I'm still explaining there. Still explaining. Or maybe there's a break in that class. Okay. So. Oh, that's why, you know. It was a O. I was not that funny 1 year ago. Yeah. Oh, I was that funny. Okay, enough jokes.
By now, it's now $3,000 thing. After spending so much.
Okay, what else?
Okay, so now if we configure correctly our storage server, we are good.
Oh, okay.
Now I have some steps lined up here.
I'm gonna send that document as well. But this guy's genius. Listen to him. I know this guy personally. Oh, okay. God. This document is also good. Somebody really tried hard, and we're just enjoying its fruit of labor. Oh yeah, we saw the document. Would you just go ahead? Okay, this is where we are going now. We need to have a role. ISCSI target server. We're going to do this on which server? Yes, this will convert this 2012 into a SAN machine. On server 4, go to the roles.
And
Okay,
then
let
it's
any one
the
Amir talk.
ISCSI target
So-
server. Then we're gonna go next.
Yeah, one
finish.
Amir is better.
Right?
Okay.
So
So,
let me just check what
ISCSI
else.
target, it's a role.
Yeah, that's it.
So what
as
we're
far
gonna
as
do,
the installation
we're
goes.
gonna go
and
to the
then we're
server
gonna
manager,
configure it.
and then we're going to click the role.
Then we
and
created
then we're going
two
to choose the ISCSI
volumes. Yeah, we
target.
configured that too. And
So
then
if this guy just stops scrolling and go
I'm
ahead
just
and
going
get it
here
over with.
once, and then we're
Or
gonna
not.
just step by step make it.
Yeah, I can
And discuss
open
it.
the same document.
Virtual disk location. Oh, okay. It's gonna appear
Yeah,
here,
this is
and
the
then
one.
to create a. Okay, got it. So at least these steps, I don't want to miss any steps, so that's why we have to always have a document in front of us. I'm on server 2.
Okay, let's go ahead. So we
4.
are going for the
Exactly.
server 4 now, and there
Server
you go.
4 is to be
Local
converted
server.
to that. So I'm going to the
So,
dashboard.
dashboard.
If that
And
annoying.
log in again.
Oh.
By that time, I did not realize that
I need to
where
put
to
that
go
to
in
this
power
thing.
change,
Power
and
Get rid of
you
this.
know it will not
blocking.
lock again. In this
Oh, it
video,
doesn't?
it's locking in and again.
Shoot.
So now
Maybe
everyone
there's a
on
group
dashboard
policy.
on
There has
server
to be group
4.
policy for this annoying.
Okay.
This,
And I am still doing blah blah
blocking
blah blah
desktop.
blah blah blah. Okay. Would you please go ahead? Or I am threatening to forward you in the video. Okay, it heard that. Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Okay, so add roles and features.
Add roles and features. Next.
Everyone, please go to add roles and
Next.
features. Go to
Next.
roles. Go to
And then we go for
roles
file and
and
storage,
expand
expand
file
that,
and storage
file and
services. Everyone
ISCSI
there?
service, expand that too.
expand file and storage service. I'm gonna
And
pause
go
here now.
way down.
If you see file and storage
until
services,
ISCSI target
then
server.
there is your
And it's gonna
ISCSI
follow with the
target
feature.
server.
I'm gonna add features.
Let me show you in that real time as well. So their dashboard, add roles and features. Sorry, next, 3 times. Everyone on the roll. Okay, did you expand the file and storage here like this? And then file and ISCSI services, expand that too as well. This one and that one. Everyone there? Alright, then do you see this ISCSI target server? If everyone sees that ISCSI target server, just click it. And next, finish. No, this is for VDS. So this is mainly if we are doing also backup of target server. Just only ISCSI target server. Because more options will come there, then we have to think, oh, what is that, what is this? Let's make the clustering successful. It itself is complicated, right? So everyone selected that? Let's go ahead and there you go.
And
Next,
that's
finish.
it. Next. So
Next,
if we did not have
nothing in the
this
features,
one, we would
just
have
go
gone for the
ahead
3
and
software
Neckos. Oh
or
man,
that
come on. Why are you
Microsoft software
explaining this
solution,
back?
Microsoft Target Server free
You know,
software.
some
But now
students
in
really
2012,
ask
that's a
questions
good
at
thing. They've
these
added
moments.
it as a
And so
role,
the
as part of a
see
role.
this?
Otherwise, in 2008, you have to separately download the software from Microsoft
Alborz
website
keep asking question, man.
to exactly do this lab. Next.
So while this Amir talks, I'll just eat samosa. You know.
Next step for configuring the target server, and it's
Hey, that's a good partnership. Oh yeah, my voice used to be heavy at those days. Now it's sharper. I don't know. Maybe I was exercising or singing. Okay. That's jokes going on between that class. Yeah. So don't mind that. So I'm gonna send that video. You have to repeat this lab in the final exam as well. Oh really? Man, that's a good combination. Hey partner. I think I should just mute it. Yeah.
no.
It's embarrassing now.
Yeah. It was a lot.
You know why?
Why?
Because I just did that topic somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Okay, mute. Let's go ahead. That's a joke. Okay, guys. Because in
If
this
we have
video,
created those machines in the
clustering
start after
verification
the
test
domain, if you have
was
to
all
take a
green the
snapshot,
first
which
time
I
for
did
me.
last
So,
night, I'm
I
going to use the
referred to
same
this
machine. I'm just going
wow.
to snapshot back and
Live
destroy the whole
class and
this lab.
clustering was
and I'm
green.
gonna snap.
Cool.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you exactly
Because
follow
you
this
don't want to
step,
destroy
because
this lab.
all the students in the class, all the students had green as well, the test in this class.
Yeah.
So exact these steps, you will be
Maybe
okay.
one even.
Exact this
But
steps.
at least two.
And if you haven't installed anything else before, it should
there are
not,
some topics left, and then I'll give an extra class
matter.
as well. If
Okay,
anyone
let's
wants to take
configure
it.
further.
And-
If I go forward, okay, so
yeah. I fit because I
Yeah,
did
we're still
install
here.
it all, so there should be. It should iSCSI be showing.
Yeah,
now
server
I have
4.
just,
Okay, let's
on server
click
4. I have
File and Storage Services. Everyone on Server Manager? Let's click File and Storage Services. Everyone click that? Alright.
click
And
the
you should
File
be
and Storage
seeing
Services
something like
and
this.
on the server 4 in the, under the
I'm showing
dashboard
again.
on Server Manager.
Okay, File and Storage
Services is clicked, and we
I think I
can
should let
see.
that guy
First
talk.
of all, we can visit our disks.
Yeah, because I'm explaining there as well.
Yes,
right?
we have 2 disks online.
Huh? Duplicate, yeah, it's this. And that guy was laughing on me, so that's not good. So, okay.
60 gigs.
So there is
and
iSCSI. Everyone sees iSCSI?
now we have the
On the left
iSCSI
side.
shown
Okay,
here.
to
Normally
create
it
an
doesn't
iSCSI
show,
virtual disk,
but we have an
this
iSCSI.
is the link that you
So
have to click.
create an
Everyone sees
iSCSI
that
virtual
link.
disk, start the new iSCSI
Okay,
virtual
click
disk.
it.
So what we have done till now,
Like
we added 2 physical disks.
in next
Still
1 minute,
virtual
I think
for
I'm
us,
gonna
but we're gonna say
start
that we have added 2
clicking that.
disks for this machine.
So if you've already clicked that, so
Those
you're
disks
creating,
are
you're converting
not
your
available for,
locally installed formatted hard disk
offering
into
to
a
the other
SAN
servers.
disk now.
What
you're
we are going to
converting
create
it.
now
So when
is a
you
virtual
convert the
disk.
hard disk to SAN
This,
disk,
but
you
its
can
full name
offer
is
this disk
iSCSI virtual
remotely.
disk.
If you don't
Whenever
run
it
this
comes to
iSCSI,
iSCSI,
those
this
disks are
means
still local
now
disks
you're
and are
creating
not
a disk
available
that
to be
will be
offered to any other
to
computer.
other
So
servers
you have to
as
go
a
through
remote
this
disk,
step.
right?
You have
So
to choose the
iSCSI
disk
virtual disk
that
will be
you
the
want to
one
offer,
that we will be
and
creating
then you have to
on
select
top of
which
our
computer
2
will get
disks
that disk.
which we created.
So which disk to offer
So I have
and which
just
computer will
clicked
get
that
that disk.
thing
Okay,
to
again,
create
yeah,
an
good. Okay,
iSCSI
so
virtual disk.
did everyone
Start the
click
new
that link?
iSCSI virtual disk wizard. I'm gonna start a
Okay,
wizard,
and
and
the
this
mouse
disk
is
will be
hovering
offered
there.
to those
And
guys.
do you see this screen? Everyone sees that screen, right? All right. Okay, let's just go ahead.
There, right? So on server 4,
Server 4.
the list is
and
filtered
the
to
list
show only
is
servers, blah blah
filtered.
blah. Select by volume. So
Select
I'm gonna go for
volume, E drive.
drive.
So I'm selecting E drive.
this,
Everyone selected E drive?
iSCSI
Wow,
virtual
okay,
disk
you're
will
already
be
there.
saved on this path. It's okay wherever it saves.
So first we're going to be
so
making
E drive is where I'm
available
going
as
to
a SAN
create.
disk.
This is a physical disk on which
So
I'm going to create my virtual disk, and that virtual disk will be offered to those server 2 and 3 or the cluster nodes.
So on the drive, I'm going to create that virtual disk. Then, name of
Clear, right?
So quorum disk next.
Till now it's quorum disk.
Um,
Next step. Did everyone type the quorum disk?
Yes.
Selected the E drive, not the right? Okay, then the next step is this.
The name is same as a file, right?
Yep. Yep. Well, even if it's a little different, it's okay. Doesn't matter.
we can offer fixed size, we can offer dynamically expanding size, and we can offer different things. So fixed size, this type of disk provides better performance and is recommended for servers running applications with a high level of disk activity. So if so the virtual disk is created using the size of the fixed virtual hard disk. So if it's fixed disk, it's going, the performance will be good. And if it's a dynamically expanding, this type of disk provides better use of physical storage space. And it's recommended for servers running applications that are not disk intensive. So if you want capacity to be smartly used, you can use for dynamic expanding. If you have some application that is going to use a lot of read and write, SQL Server, Exchange Server, so if it's heavily going to use the disk, then you go for fixed disk. Otherwise, you go for dynamically expanding disk. So let's just select what? Yeah. So let's go for fixed disk for now. Size doesn't matter. We just want it to be.
Do you have enough size in your hard disk? Do you have enough free space in your hard disk?
No.
Free space. There are 4 nodes, 5 nodes.
No.
There are 3 nodes from one guy. Okay. Actually, we're gonna choose a lesser size here. It's not total 60 GB. 20 gigs. Go for 10 gigs. It's okay. Now, because we're not going to install something big inside that, we should have chosen here like 1 terabyte or something if it was a production environment, or 500 GB. But here, even if you choose 10 GB, what we're going to install there is just an application, is just a shared folder and a notepad file. So even 10 GB is okay.
How about 5 or 2 here?
Go for 5 GB. It's okay.
1 GB.
Go for
1 meg.
1 KB. No, God. Okay. Okay, 1 GB.
Get tired
So, so just now we're gonna have a minimal use just to check the clustering technology, right? So just go for 1 or 2 GB. But those who have size can go for 20 GB. Who have free size. Otherwise, even if everyone goes 2 GB, it's okay. So next, so fixed size and.
Yeah. So mine is 60 gigs. By default, for our space was offered there. Out of that, 50 it's already 60 gigs. So already telling me that, so I'm just using 40 gigs for storage drive. For data drive, I'll just go for 40 gigs. But fixed size means it's going to occupy the whole space there. The rest is remaining for whatever.
So why am I still choosing 20? Why not 59 GB? Because for future use, maybe I have to expand the disk. Because maybe the application expands or the data increases. So maybe I need expansion already. So in bigger environments, you have 1 terabyte or even 2 terabyte LUN, which is just SAN disk. They have huge amount of disk there with huge amount of data. So then you as a SAN administrator would be thinking this. If you're a SAN administrator as well, you would be thinking, let me just give these guys said they just need 10 GB. I'll still give them 20 GB while my total capacity is 60 GB. So I'm as a SAN administrator planning this right now. That what should I give now? I can give it full, everything. Or I could give them in pieces. Maybe I'm using the same disk for anyone else's application other than this user's application. Right? So what I'm offering as a SAN administrator, that 1 terabyte I'm giving 400 GB to Exchange people and 200 GB to SQL people, and Citrix guys can have the rest of the 200 GB. or 400 GB. So this one disk I'm managing as a SAN administrator. Yeah. Yes, it will be affected. Maybe I have SSD. Maybe Exchange people say, hey, we have performance issues. We can have, so give us a separate disk. It should not be a shared LUN.
So we can ask for dedicated one.
Exactly. And administrators always, in fact, the SAN administrators ask that. Hey, you want a dedicated one? Do you need IOPS, input output per second? You will have lots of IOPS for your application or less IOPS. Maybe you have a website hosting and you would say, oh, it's not that performance intensive. Not many users are connecting. So you can give me a shared LAN, or you can give me, a dedicated one. So this is a SAN administrator's decision, right? Because this is a SAN machine we are configuring, so we should know that how to plan it for future. Okay.
So fix this next.
So fix this next.
New study target that we were talking about, but let me just go for that document again, which I'm gonna send as well.
Which I'm gonna send as well.
What's going on? Like when you're in the lab, the video and this document will help.
You sent that document?
Yes, me and him both said that.
Dynamically expanding.
Yep.
And we just go both for capacity planning. So we'll just go for, the custom lab. I am more concerned about understanding why I'm actually completing the lab. So I'll just go previous. Yeah, dynamic. Although if
I should have seen that document before, during the video. This is a live class, right? So, okay, cover it, Amir, now. Cover it. You made a mistake now. It's the third samosa that's cursing me. Why didn't you eat me?
It's just, not going to occupy.
When I was thinking, hey, I'm sure I selected dynamic, but okay, let's go with fix.
All what I'm giving up there, right? So dynamic expanding is okay. Yeah.
Okay, go back and choose dynamic. You want the validation test to be green? Please follow this. Even the mistakes, please follow those. So, but during the way we are understanding, that's the main point. Okay, if we choose fixed disk or dynamic disk, what's the difference?
Yeah, what's the choice?
It's like a thick as
It's thick or thin, that's it. So why I changed again? Tell me that.
because we don't have enough.
No, there was another reason. I am just blindly following the document because I tested that document in before that class 2 times. It was perfect, and even in this, it's perfect. With fixed disk, I am sure it would have been perfect as well. But let's go for dynamic. This means it's gonna just take very, very few space. Now, even if you choose 20 there, and you have to choose something to go ahead, right? But you choose dynamic, so don't occupy anything now. But in the document, I'm following blindly. Otherwise, fixed disk should work as well.
New study
Recommendation: follow it blindly. This video, it worked.
target.
But if in the process we are understanding, that's the main point, right? But there will be mistakes. Hmm?
The third option.
Differencing disk is that if you have a parent disk, C drive, our C drive is disk 0, right? So if we add a parenting disk, differencing disk. So if we have a parent disk which is called the first disk, and the differencing disk will be the second disk that we will add. Hey, who remembers Hyper-V class? Nobody. Okay, let's go for differencing disk now. I explained it and we did it. I explained it at least. At least I explained it. Differencing disk. So difference is just that if you add a second disk, then you install anything after installing the differencing disk, it will be installed on the second disk. It will not be automatically installed on the first disk. The path will be, hey, use the second disk. And the main purpose of differencing disk, that the C drive or the parent disk should not be full, it should not run out of space because of too much installation. Differencing disk will just keep on installing the whole thing on it, and it will save your parent disk. That's the only purpose, and it's only available in Hyper-V. It's a VHD. So this is an option that we can use for virtual disks here. Okay.
Assign this ISO3 virtual disk. That's away what I am. Can you tell me what it's asking for target? What information should I give it to? What are targets when it comes to ISO?
Targets? Oh.
Who are targets?
Who are targets? Hey, I can repeat this guy. Okay.
Server 4.
Server 4.
Those are targets? Maybe the domain controller is a target?
Who are targets anyway? The nodes are targets. Targets of what? So those nodes which will be requesting these disks, which we just created 2 disks, right? So targets will be choosing which server. Suppose there are in our environment there are 2,000 plus servers. So it's not that any server can initiate, hey, I want a disk, that same disk that you gave to that guy. Already there is an application installed. So it's not like that disk you have just created is available for every server, whoever can request it anytime. It's not like that. During the creation of this disk, you will be assigning this disk to a server. You're going to be adding an IP address. Hey, only this IP address server will or can get this disk. This means it's just like MAC filtering, right? MAC address filtering in your Wi-Fi routers. Whichever MAC address you added, only that can connect. So whichever IP address you add here, only that server can have access to this disk. That's pretty secure, right? Otherwise, as an iSCSI target, whatever disk you have, all the servers, anyone can request that. And we're going to go to the client side, and you will know that if we click the iSCSI initiator option, then if you put the IP address of the SAN server, it's going to try to connect with whatever hard disks are available. So on the client side, we can request hard disk. Any client can request hard disk, but only those clients will get whose IP is or whose DNS name is added to the iSCSI target, for this disk. So we will be filtering those IP addresses that, okay, this and this server will be accessing to this hard disk. So this is the next step. And we have 2 IP addresses here, 192.168.0.1 and 2. This is an old game, and I'm just bored to death now for this. You already know that I'm gonna say it wrong. Okay. So, yeah, I should start saying right. So, oh no, that's not in the video. At that time, I was not joking like that. I came up with new jokes during this Humber time.
Yeah. So it's just asking, give me the targets to which I'm going to be offering the disks, right? So we're going to give, we know the target IP address. What are the target IP addresses?
Oh, I just asked that.
Or names, target names.
Are you copying me?
Server 1 and 4?
I did say that. I always say that. Okay.
No, what are the target names?
Oh, come on, students.
There are 4 ways. IQN number, which is...
Okay, next. God.
So,
okay, click next, guys.
yeah.
I don't know when this guy will go to the next screen.
So it's just asking, give me the target to which I'm going to be offering the disks, right? So we're going to...
Huh?
Click the fast forward.
Yeah, it goes 5 steps ahead. Oh, fast forward. Okay, yeah.
We know the target IP address. What are the target IP addresses? Or names?
Okay.
Server 1 and 4?
Hold it twice, yeah. Press and hold.
I don't want to come back, right? So,
No. What are the target names?
oh, come on, figure out, students.
Server 2 and 3
Yeah, 2 and 3.
are the target. Tag name of target. I was up to the IP, right? Then I thought, okay, look up the name.
We should not discuss on this point that much. Come on. Why are you laughing at that?
Those two servers are the target. I will have privacy, then I will have name, server 2, server 3. So
Oops. God, man. Okay, guys. So put the name there. I don't want any step to be missed, because if it's not green, the test, you will have to repeat the whole lab again. Server 2 name, and then we're gonna just give the IP address.
okay.
Next screen you're on already. Server 2. Next. Okay.
Click add to specify the ISV initiators that will access this ISV virtual disk.
What you put the server name?
Server 2.
And it should be the same name that you put.
Exactly. Same name.
No, your name. Yes, sir.
Oh, your exact server name. Is it server 2? I think we all have server 2, right?
No, but the first one is with dash number.
Oh, okay. Whatever your server 2 name is, put that. Yeah.
Server name is underscore.
So put that.
It doesn't
Computer name, right?
says it's a valid character. Invalid character.
Oh, so it's just a label like this. Label. Just a label.
Yeah, it should be. No, it's he's saying it's not available.
It says no. It says invalid.
It's a label. It's guys, just put server 2 there.
Now what we have.
Don't put underscore. Just put server 2.
The targets are going to initiate.
Yeah. So put server 2 there. If you have underscore with your server, why don't you put that underscore? Anyway, if you have put server, so don't put dash if it is not accepting, because it's a label only, right? It's not going to affect. It's just giving you a name. Oh, this is the name of the server, and this is the IP. What we are concerned, or the communication will be made over the IP we're gonna give now. The basic communication will be made on the IP, not on the label of the server. So don't put dash, just put server 2. So it should be just understandable. But communication actual will be done on the basis of this, the IP.
So
Okay, that's a bad experience. I mean, I should have had a.
the initiators.
Okay, let's click add everyone on that. Let's click add everyone on that, right? Okay. So there are 4 ways you can put the information of a server that you're allowing this disk to access, right? There enter value for the selected type when you go in the bottom.
Now what we have. Who's going to initiate? The targets are going to initiate the
Communication.
they're going to initiate. Like,
Hey, communication.
We are the one who need the hard disk. And the target is also those guys.
I'm correcting this guy. Come on.
Targets are those. And but this was also asking, give me the name of those who can have. So this server is asking as initiator, calling them as initiator. The only thing here to know is how do we, what information we give to the server that it will recognize. There are 4 ways. IQN number, which we can take from the hard disk. We can take from the machine of server 2 and server 3. We can
I'll just wake me up when you're done, right? So we can put the DNS name there. Now whatever we put here, that will be on the basis of this. You will the machines will communicate with each other. If we put DNS name, both machines, the initiator, the node, and the SAN machine, they have to go through the DNS name resolution. So it's better to make sure that they're going to communicate. So let's put it IP based, right?
Which one is better, MAC address or IP?
Both MAC address or IP address, both are better. Both are okay. But DNS and IQN, they are like, so I'm going to show you where the IQN name can be, put there. But basically, the target server wants to know, hey, which server is going to access my E drive. That's it, right? So if you know the server 2 IP address, you can put it now by selecting the IP address. So we're going to select both servers. Okay, come on, stop questioning. Oh, no, some student there. Okay, IP address and 192.168.0.2. What do you mean? This is a unique class today.
What is the hard disk will be offered on which network? Either the heartbeat network or
No, I'm just forwarding that.
separate disk is on.
Did you put the IP address already? No. Why did you put heart? I'm forwarding the. You know, those students are asking more questions than you guys. So that class is better. Okay, so you did that, right? Because you understand it already, those... Okay, no comments. Thank God those students are not listening to that. Okay, then press OK. And then click add again. Don't go ahead. Sorry? This one is which server? IP address is 192.168.0.2. 2. Okay, if you guys, some guys are using separate IP addresses, right? 100, I think you're using that from the... It's node 1, which is server 2 or node 1. Yeah. If you are using midterm test nodes, test servers, then I think you're using 100, 102, right? So whichever is your second server, use the IP address of that. Okay.
Once they do run out of that, they will have to, but I think it's going to take time.
Okay, just click the add button again and just choose IP address and add the 192.168.0.3 as well.
Yeah, as long as private IPs are there, I mean, and public IPs, we are just using 1 or 2 or 3 for our 14,000 clients.
I'm just forwarding that. Sorry. Oh, come on. I heard this video thing.
I told you that's why your habits.
Oh, God. Yeah, they were happy with the live session. Oh, man, come on. Okay, second one. Guys, the main thing is this IP is there when you press OK. This IP is there. Same thing again. Same thing. Click add again. Oh, you did that already. Yeah. Everyone did that already, right? Okay.
And I give select the IP address. Now I'm just telling that these are the two guys which will be using the.
I hope the students there don't ask any more questions. Okay. The next screen is what? MS Chap? Okay. So MS Chap is all about, okay, when the nodes, yeah, this one, right? So yeah, it's going now. This one. Enable chap and enable reverse chap is what? Hey chap, how are you, man? Okay, no, that's not chap. So challenge handshake authentication protocol. It's an authentication between two. If the node is asking for a hard disk, hey, who are you? You put a username and password here. Or if the target is offering the disk, that who am I offering the disk to? So there will be an extra authentication that yes, the correct server is asking for the disk, and yes, the correct server is offering the disk. So that's just another layer of authentication, which we don't need right now. Okay, let's go ahead. we do understand what it is, right? It's just an extra layer between the hard disk offering server and the hard disk receiving server, requesting server.
If we want to
I explained that already. Come on.
enable that challenge handshake,
Yeah. Okay. So this is the uniquest class. Yeah.
Take anything?
No. Next.
Then create.
Create.
Complete.
And it's going to be 5 bars or 6 bars. And that's the first disk. The disk E is being offered to the 2 servers. Disk E is being offered now to the 2 servers. There is another disk, right? The data one. Exact same procedure. But the name, only just go for the name. So I'm just going to forward that to that.
we have created one hard disk that is
Now go to this area.
that is for forum and it's not connected right now. Of course, it's not connected. We haven't initiated the connection for the forum till now. I'm going to create another hard disk that is really, so one is forum and second will be data hard disk. So I'm just
Look at this. Go to the tasks on the right side.
Again, dynamic.
Exactly, again dynamic. But don't. You have to wait for the name, the label.
This.
Yeah, that will be the data. Just okay, you got it. Okay. So new iSCSI, go ahead and same wizard will start now.
to the tab and iSCSI new virtual hard disk. We can create 100 hard disks or 1,000 hard disks, and we can keep on offering to everyone as long as the server can afford that kind of hard disk. So new iSCSI virtual hard disk, and yes, on this server,
What are we selecting now? Okay.
still on E, but I'll just go for F right now, and next, and virtual disk name.
Okay.
data disk,
I love this way. I can eat samosa now.
next, dynamically expanding. You know, fixed size is where we give the size for that. Well, I guess still will be
See, for dynamic, still we need to give the size.
We need to still always give the size. Yeah.
40K.
Guys, this time we are giving 40 days. 40 days, no. Disk size, not days. We can put it to 20. We can put it to 2. We could, you know. So it doesn't matter.
Dynamically expanding.
Samosa. Yeah.
Okay, next. For capacity.
No, you can't have samosa now.
So it just
No.
covers data.
What you were saying? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Why are we putting less? What's the main reason? So in future we could expand that, and for now maybe in production we think that, or maybe the client just asks for 10 GB. Hey, I just want 10 GB for my, or 50 GB for my application. That's it. SAN administrator always asks that, but the SAN administrator might have a 1 terabyte disk. That person might have 1 terabyte, but whatever the application people ask, we are just giving that disk, right? So that's the only reason we are putting different sizes. Otherwise, it's
But if you need speed, which
I missed that.
occupies the whole
What happened?
space of the keyboard. Next. Different thing is that you have a parent disk.
Oh, come on, who was differencing now?
Kind of working as
I just explained these guys. Come on, you're not my partner.
all the software already.
No, that's one of the other students in that class. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We have to add a new disk here.
No. Yeah, existing. Guys, see this. See this. You know what?
Has been
So, is this exactly like this?
yeah. If they ask you, so exactly. If it is set up, you have to maintain it, but you have to know how it really works in background. And if you don't start from scratch, you won't know. And my brother, he was having, he had,
For God's sake, we don't have time for my brother.
so he had interviews in two places.
Yeah, I was telling that he was told to do that clustering.
Long
in the interview.
We have 4 6 hours. That.
Oh, it's that old?
Create
Okay.
domain, create a site, create child domain, and then create a cluster.
He had to create clusters as well
Even those tabs.
as tests in the interview. Hey, create cluster, come on. He was given that task.
And then we check everything what we provide and do.
Virtual machines.
Yeah, 5.5 hours to finish all that. They were making that tab CSS and CSS.
I had enough time in that class, yeah.
They made him create everything. So cluster was one of the 5 hours. Like they always test or
Oh, come on. Enough with the story.
you can only answer if you have done this.
Yeah, you can only answer questions, interview questions, if you have done this.
Kind of that you can
Okay, that's good one. Yeah.
that you will be able to answer. They will ask those questions if you only have done the lab, you can answer them. So that's why labs are so
I just want to reach the verification test. After that, you can go with the video. Okay, existing, guys, existing. Next, nothing to do here, nothing new to do here.
so they always come up with those questions where
Yeah.
they're doing it every day. Those things. So they will know that okay, that time he has to answer that if he has done it.
Okay, done. Oh. Okay, does it look like this now?
Yes.
Wow.
Right, create, yes, again. Create.
Click create at the end. Click create at the end. That's it.
Can remove one of the laptop over there
And then what?
another solution.
Another solution?
I mean, we can bring the one of the laptop over there. And
Oh yeah, I can do that there. That's what you're saying. Okay.
So you don't like that video?
You don't like my video? Minus 5 marks now.
no, because you back the sound source. You just
Okay, this is done. So, server 4 is done. Let's go for node 1 and node 2. We can import iSCSI virtual disk as well if you want. Oh, come on. Don't explain that much. Okay, now we're going for node 1 and node 2, and we're going to start the... Whoa. So let's go to node 1 or server 2. Let's go to node 1, server 2. What I'm seeing there is that we do not see any disk other than our local disk right now. We have to see that we are not seeing. This is on server 2. Everyone on server 2 now?
Yes.
So do you see 3 disks or 1 disk? When you go to the dashboard, you go for this 4th option, which is file and storage, the 4th one on the left side, yeah, and go to disks. 4th, yeah, everyone sees 1 disk, right?
Yeah.
Now, because we have not initiated the request yet, now we're going to initiate the request, and then we're going to come back here, and those 2 disks will be appearing here as well. So that's what we wanted to see here, that right now it's 1. After we go through the process of initiator, then we're going to have 2 more, which will be imported from there, right? So this will be the disk connection. So let's go there. Tools.
And then there's that new floor.
Tools, and then iSCSI initiator. Everyone can see that, right? Okay, let's go ahead. When you click that, it's going to ask to start a service. Start that service. Click OK or start.
Here, everything, the disks are going to show, right? One more thing I need to check, which I just remembered on the server.
One more thing I need to check.
If I go to these 2 disks, if I am on the photo disk now on server 4.
Guys, this is important. Okay, server 4, 1 step left. You have started the initiator, right? Keep it there. Don't close that. Go back to server 4. Go back to server 4 and see this area there. You need to assign that. Okay, that was a live session, so this step was missed. So I went back to server 4 and did this. Do you know on server 4 where to go to see this? It's already open, right?
Yeah.
Right click. Do you see the disk? When you right click, there's a assign as well.
Yeah.
Everyone sees that, right?
There's one more crucial step that is to
Yeah.
assign. We must assign before going to start the initiation process or click the initiator. Assign, I specifically did the forum to I study. So it already we need to make sure it's there. So I study targets are these two servers. I address this and I address that, right? Next. And yeah.
Somebody asked a question. Yes, assign. It is assign. Click assign.
For both?
Yeah, for both. Oh, let
Both
me.
will be, they are the same target, but they will be assigned. Assigned is just another thing. Yes, I know that what you're doing is
Yeah,
the
it's-
final step that has to be done for the
That was 5 hours class. Oh. Okay, both disks were assigned, right? Did you click? Everyone did that?
Yeah.
Okay, both disks were assigned. Everyone. Right click the first disk, right click the second disk. Yeah. Assign, next, finish. Both. Okay, now are we back to the initiator?
If we are. So I'm seeing there that is one hard only there should be two more showing. So tools, I said initiator on server 2, press.
On server 2. Now I'm back to, so one step was missed, which was assign. We did that. Now we are going back to server 2. And in this everyone saw that message, right? All right.
The service is not running. Yes, run the service. I study service now. We need it now.
And one day it's going to open.
Okay, finish. So target.
The same joke.
What?
Must be something similar with this guy. Okay. Who's the target now? Anyone can guess now? Okay, you got it. We're just telling, hey, your hard disks are on this target. If you put just the IP address of server 4,
Target. Okay.
IP address.
yeah,
These are the targets for that server.
0.4.
yeah.
For this server, who's the target? This we are click the study initiator. We are doing what actually? We are
Oh, come on.
now from
Hey, the forward is not good.
would be so for this server the target is you are offering to see that. So the target is IP will be 102 58.0.1 4. Why? Why did I put 4? 4 is the IP of the storage server. Storage server has those two hard disks ready for.
Okay, if you put the IP, just click quick connect.
Initiating our initiator's target is that server who's offering up the hard disk. So give it out now. Oh, but there is the IP
Same.
of that server.
Oh, you're missing one step.
Yeah, hard disk. Yes, it's 0.4.
If you guys, so if you click quick connect here, what do you get? Connected. Then you have to go to volumes and devices tab as well, and you have, what's the first button you're seeing on the volumes and devices tab? Just press that first button and you should see the two lines populating. You did see that?
Yes.
On the volumes and device, after quick connect, go to volume devices. These are only two steps you need to do here. So I'm just gonna go forward.
Quick connect should populate there.
It's look like this
So
to everyone.
that information
Okay.
is connected, but click done. It's connected. One more step here is volumes and devices.
Yeah, it's following me. Cool.
So first the connection is established. Second thing is
Auto configure.
2 should be appearing here. Why?
Is it appearing too?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there are 2 hard disks you are sharing. But are the hard disks here or not?
Are the hard disks here or not?
So
Go.
That's target and volume of device.
Everyone did that?
Here and refresh.
Okay, when you refresh, what happens? All right. Like this?
Those 2 are here now.
Okay, that's how we borrow hard disks. Okay, let's go ahead.
100 here.
Yay, okay, let's go. Oh.
As long as we have good connection.
But do you see it offline? They are offline.
You can have, and the hard disks are showing as if they are available physically, but actually they are not. So
Okay, right click and bring online.
right click, bring online. If disk is already online, another server bringing this disk online on this server can cause data loss. Yeah, there's no data here. Press yes.
All right.
Second one online. Yeah. No data here. Online.
Okay, online, everyone?
Yes.
Now we have one is 20 gig, then one is.
Repeat the whole thing, second server. Server 3. You need to go to the initiator, start the service, and in the target 192.168.0.4, quick connect, volumes and devices, auto configure. Second server, same thing.
We just simply connect it. We don't have to.
Everyone on second server?
Because we put it online there already and we format it there.
Second node.
Everyone on second node.
Yes.
And
I'm going to the second node now.
watch. Now I go to first file check, of course, the hard disks are there. No, they're not. So to initiator. I set the initiator, press yes.
Okay, you know the drill now.
92.168.0.1.
Hey,
Connect.
this is just to activate.
Done.
Welcome back to Earth.
All
And
the devices are configured to try to show up. Press
if you
OK.
follow all this, I'm sure the test will be green. I'm sure.
And
Unless your machine has some trouble.
refresh. So if we reformat them, although right click bring online, if we reformat, well we have to for this it's showing up here, so we have
All done till now?
online once. If
They are online for everyone, right? Everyone, right? Okay, let's go ahead. We need to install a clustering feature on both and run the test.
we have to check in the folder.
Clustering feature.
So if I
Oh,
go to the yellow folder here, do I have
there's another guy talking already.
do we see anything here? Correct.
Why this partition mentioned unknown?
It's still because it's not formatted yet. If you format it, it's gonna start appear even there.
Oh, they're not formatted yet.
Oh,
That's why.
okay. Same logical process. Yeah.
Well, if we have formatted here, it would show there. Yeah. But we haven't done the whole thing. These drives are there only.
Welcome.
We can just disconnect and
Okay, guys, are you formatting?
yeah. We can format from anywhere.
Okay. If you are formatting, stop it there.
New volume, I'm going for 20 gig. Yeah, there's the next. Selection is going to online and initialize as a GPT disk.
Format.
Okay, also select a different disk. So GPT is good for stable with 10 years.
Right click and then go for both nodes.
Very big hard disks are near that, and we have to just keep it like that, and we have to check in the
So right click.
showing. So if I go to the yellow folder here, do I have?
So if in order to make them appear here, you have to do this. In both nodes. Yep.
Right click and new volume.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Right click. It's going to do for both those disks, right?
If we have formatted here, it would show there. Yeah. But we haven't done the whole thing. These lines are there only.
Oh, we did not do the take offline. Initialize. Did we do the initialize? Right click and initialize. Did we do the initialize? Because it's gonna ask that.
Right click, new volume, I'm going forward.
GPT. Yeah, server 2 and 3.
Next.
First initialize and then new volume. Or
Yeah. So right click. Did you see that initialize is grayed out or not?
No.
So it is enabled. It has to be enabled, right? So click initialize on server 2 and server 3.
Both this.
Yeah, in both disks.
So it makes it GPT. Yeah?
Exactly. What is GPT? It accepts bigger partitions and larger disks. So everyone is making it initialized, right?
Yeah. And after that we're gonna format.
We can format it.
For example, I initialize as a GPT disk to continue click OK or to select a different disk to create a new visual. So GPT is good partition table with MBR and GBT. What's the difference?
Oh, come on.
Size limitations, partition tables are bigger, very big hard disks are supported and available in 20 GB. Yeah.
Okay, keep going ahead and format that. That's it.
Drive that
The volume is the same.
behind here.
The whole size.
Yeah. The size set is selected automatically. Volume label, guys. For the first disk was quorum. The first disk was the quorum.
20 GB. Next.
So we initialized and then formatted and changed the volume for the quorum disk to the quorum. Then the second disk.
Should we check generate short files?
No, don't check him. Okay, so first disk was quorum, second disk was data. So first disk, when you initialized, it asked for GPT. Then we went ahead for format. In the end, we gave the volume label name as quorum and data. Quorum. 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 Second is data. Everyone did that? Everyone did that?
We're gonna do it in the server.
Second server as well. So initialize and then initialize GPT and change the volume name. Initialize GPT, change the volume name. Where are you? You will have the chance to see this video at home as well. Yay! Right now I just want to make sure that everything is understandable.
Everything
It's okay.
done? But one
Second one is
one hard disk.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. You have two hard disks, right?
2 hard disks, but in the bottom shows the one, just one.
No, sir, click the two.
This one?
No, the other one.
Yeah.
It's just giving information about the both tracks.
Okay. Push start.
No.
Okay.
That's it. It's okay.
which one is the format? How do we know?
It should say in the first one was what? Because we first created E, then we created.
Yeah, but
So it came this way, first on the top.
but when I click the bottom, click next,
Because I am doing it first.
Yeah. So any the first one appears first, second one appears second, right? Hey, we are just halfway. No, we're not halfway. We just want to do the test and then the later part of the lab you can do it. If the test is okay, you're good. And this is one of those last steps. Everyone did the initialize, right?
yeah,
Okay, that is the data.
The second one. Even if you did not label that, oh, did you right click initialize both disks one by one? Okay. Even if you did not label it that, it's okay. You're gonna see that labeling is for our own help, but the clustering will still work. You will see that labeling is still. We're just gonna initialize that. So guys, did you do it on both servers? Oh, wow. Okay, now the final step is clustering and verification. So we're gonna just install the clustering service, and then we're going to start to run the test. Because we have gone step by step, you should be showing green in all those. And samosa, yeah. Oh.
And I want to make sure. Okay, let's do it for server 3 as well.
Did you do it for both servers, right? Okay. Hold on or well done? All done, okay. Oh, one more thing. Please make sure your firewalls are off. Please make sure your firewalls are off for all 4 machines, because the test will fail if your firewalls are on. Although you can repeat the test. Okay, I'll just fast forward that now. Come on. Man, this guy talks a lot, man.
Second is the setup. Just made in working conditions. Now I can install any software. It has to be installed on both.
Okay, on the first node, we are installing the clustering service. Server 2. Okay, everyone on server 2, go to add roles and features. Everyone on this, add roles and features on server 2. Add on node 1. Everyone is on node 1 and add roles and features. Go to next. Node 1. I'm on node 1 right now, which is server 2 in our case. And so anyone sees failover clustering in the features?
Yes.
Go to the features and click failover clustering and click next.
Features or rules?
Features.
What about the rules?
Nothing.
No,
So nothing. Yeah, there is nothing on the roles. There is only in the features. Everyone installed the failover clustering? Feature. Are you on roles on feature? No. Go next. Next. Yeah, this one. Come on. How many samosas you had? No rules. It's not keema roll or chicken roll. Okay, install. Same thing on the second server. Install the clustering feature. Node 2 and node 3, install the clustering feature. Server 2 and server 3, exactly. Oh, node 1 and 2, which is server 2 and 3. Okay.
I just close before this blue line goes.
This is the most important lab. You have to sacrifice 10 more minutes. 10 more samosas. Today is samosa day. Both are the same.
Clustering is installed. Server 3 I'm going with features, both the features. And next, Next. Next. No roles, just a feature. Clustering. Features. Next. Roles.
No, and now directly we go to the test.
Validate configuration.
You have already started that?
No restart? I mean,
It doesn't require restart normally.
This thing is so.
Yeah, second last class you had to face two Amirs. Two Amirs.
it's clustering.
Yeah.
Two Amirs.
Clustering. Node 1 Amir, node 2 Amir. Oh, come on. Okay, go to tools.
So, what have we done till now? Cluster.
Clustering service. Failover clustering service. Or cluster service. This one. Failover cluster manager. On tools, go to server 2. This can be configured on any one of the nodes. Anyone. So if you're on server 2, it's okay. If you're on server 3, it's okay. Just open the failover cluster node manager. Sorry, failover cluster manager inside the tools. Everyone opened that?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, yeah, right.
Uh-oh.
Failover cluster manager. We can start this on anyone and do the wizard. And
I just told them that. Come on.
Okay. Failover cluster manager. Okay. I hope all
Everyone here?
Yes.
Whoa, okay. It's like, yes! Go ahead!
Failover cluster manager, and we are going for validate configuration.
Okay, now be careful. Add the two nodes and do all the tests. All tests. Do not skip any test.
And enter name all.
So validate test. Everyone click that. Okay, are you on this screen?
Yes.
What are you about to add? Both DNS names. DNS names of both nodes, which will be, or FQDN of both nodes, which will be whatever your machine name is, server2.mydomain.local, or whatever your domain name is, right? So your FQDN will be written here. Server02.mydomain.local. What happened?
Popping up from the validates of
What popping up?
validate configuration.
It's not popping up? Close it and open it again. Okay, does it look like this? Server02 and server03.mydomain.local. FQDN. Hey, it just started. Come on. Don't be so happy now. Give it time and then you will see how many greens are there. Okay, if you have added those two with FQDN, then keep the button on run all tests and go next and start the test. God, man. And this lab is not finished on the test, but you must all have green. If anyone is not having green, is sitting here till 8 o'clock. I'm just kidding. Okay. Two nodes. Add both nodes. FQDN for both nodes. Guys, this lab is the most important lab. Run all tests if you have added both names. Run all tests. Done? Okay. No, are you running the test? Yeah. Running the test? Okay. Okay, this is it. So let's see who is first all green. Everyone has started the test? Everyone, okay. run all tests, do not skip any, and if it's all green, salute yourself. But that's like 80% of the clustering is done. If you are all green, 80% of the clustering is done. 20% is the rest of the video, because we are running out of time now. You have to complete the lab and show me the screenshots for the completion of the video. If you complete the video, in the video we have done the client side testing, which is the most important option. I mean, we need to test if the clustering is working, right? So you must test by crashing that and then creating that folder exactly as the video says, and you should crash the machine and then keep working on that notepad, and there should be a little freezing. Other than that, the notepad should be working fine. The machine in the background will fail over, right? So your crash will not affect the notepad, should not affect the notepad. You got a red? No, IP configuration is can be covered. Maybe it's just, you know, a firewall open, or it's something else. So complete this lab during this week and send me the screenshots. I need screenshots from everyone, because the final test, majority of the marks will be the correct clustering configuration.
Screenshots of the screenshot.
This is not the test, this is the assignment now. The test will be next week now, next whole week, because you guys were saying, right? So this whole week, complete this lab, then the grand test will be the, you know, main labs from the whole course plus this lab. And you will be given all week to redo that, and I'll tell you which areas screenshot you need to give me, right? But right now, this is an assignment. Please do the rest of the, if you are green, 80% of this clustering is done. But it's always good to repeat the whole thing in new set of machines. It's for your good. You don't do it, it's up to you. I mean, you know. Oh, few minutes. Okay, sure. No problem. Okay, anyone got green? For 2 nodes, yeah.
For the second node,
No, you have to add both nodes, right? No. Only on one node for both nodes. Green? Wow. Okay, Albors has all green. Congrats. Anyone else?
Yeah, I test for both of them, for two nodes.
Separately?